Hello, I'm Stephanie Everett, and welcome back to the Suburban Chateau for day 5 of our vintage handmade Christmas countdown. Now, I really enjoy decorating for this season, and I'm so excited to share with you the trees that I've put up around the house. Many of them have handmade ornaments. Maybe my kids made them, or I've collected them along the way, or I've even made a few that I enjoy putting on the tree. Today's going to be all about decking the halls and setting up our amazing trees in the house. So this evening, I'm going to be making up 3 different trees that'll be featured in my house. These are 3 of the smaller trees that'll be featured in the house. This first one I'm setting up right here is an amazing rose gold tree. I added it to my complement of trees just about 2 years ago. And this one is going back into my, really my creative space, the back room where I do all my music. You can see my fiddle sitting there. You can see, this is really where I paint and do all of the creative things that I do. And on this one, I'm going to stick with some of the colors that are in the room, teals, pinks, that kind of thing. You can see an ornament that I made earlier in the year is there featured. And then I'm also adding to that just some regular glitter balls that are in pastel colors, purples, pinks, glittery. I also have some gorgeous velvet ornaments on this tree and some bottle brush ornaments as well. So a little bit of the vintage and some like great little Victorian characters too. They look like they hopped out of a little Dickens village of some sort, but a lot of different things there on this tree. And then when I finish it up, we're going to top it off with some beautiful ribbons as well to kind of fill in. But there you can see the ornament I made earlier in the season, the velvet ornaments, the bottle brush ornaments. It's one of that vintage flair. So I fashioned this beautiful bow, just took a few seconds. I bought some very high quality velvet ribbon, and I really wanted it in this teal color to kind of go with the teal wall, and of course some of the velvet that we already had on the ornaments. And so I also added just a little bit of, almost as if you were putting curlers in your hair. I kind of curled the bottom of this ribbon, and I'm gonna try to place it throughout the tree to make it look just right. So here we go, wish me luck. And I just need a little height to get up to the top, so I have a little tiny step stool. I love using ribbons when I can. This is such an amazing high quality ribbon. I'll try to put a link in the description. Definitely was an Amazon purchase, and kind of what was holding up the video because I really needed something to just kind of cap off this tree. I'm gonna probably make a few more little ribbons to put in the tree out of what I have left over. I bought 10 yards, and I'm not sure what I have left over, but I can make some little bows too. And those curls just coming down almost as if it was a bow in your hair, or your hairs were curled, or so that's something I like to do. So, and we'll just sort of tuck it in the branches and weave it through. I'm really happy with how that turned out. So here's a final look at some of the close-ups. We have the silk florals, the velvet, beautiful purple velvet. It kind of also has that little glisten of teal. Here's one of my little characters, my Victorian skaters. And here is the new ribbon. I absolutely love it. Then we see the little ornaments that I made as one of our handmade Christmas gifts. All the way up to the top. There's another one of our Victorian skaters in Santa. More bows. And it looks really nice. I'm so pleased. Now, the second tree that I'm going to be highlighting is one of my favorite trees. This is a black tree. I bought it at Hobby Lobby, probably the year that Hobby Lobby opened in our town. So I don't know, that's a while back. But it wasn't that expensive when I got it. And I use this tree all the time at school to decorate for some things because of that black background. Almost everything works against it. And I kind of love that. So I got it all set up. I had a little trouble with the lights, but then we got them working. And we got it all set up. I always add flowers to this. This is like the first thing I do. You can see I have this whole basket of flowers. And I love to put roses on this tree and just kind of fill it up and make it look very full and luscious. And of course, our room is always filled with flowers and floral design, so that fits in just perfectly. So once I had the flowers up, then it's time to add some bows. This year, I wanted to kind of go with like a vintage feel on the ribbons. And so this is almost like a black ticking, if you can envision what that type of fabric is. I found this gorgeous, I don't know, Walmart had great ribbon this year, and I got some black and cream ticking that I thought would look great on the tree, and made up a couple of bows and added those to our florals and to the black tree. And it was really starting to look great once we added those bows in. I love to make bows at this time of year. Well, I've got everything ready in the bedroom. I just decked out our bed in our winter look with plaid and the Isadora Cosette Ralph Lauren comforter. And then here's our final tree, the black tree, all decked out in, again, silk florals. I just absolutely love how they look on a Christmas tree. And then we did the ticking striped ribbon and mostly crocheted ornaments on this tree. And I just tuck the silk flowers into the tree anywhere they fit. And when I see a hole or something like that, I tuck a little silk floral. And if you look carefully at this tree, I tried to match the florals up with the Ralph Lauren comforter. I thought that would look really pretty. Again, here's our slim black tree, all ready for the holidays. So the last tree that I'm going to share with you tonight is my gold tree. It is the twin to the black tree. It's a slim tree that goes really nicely in the bedrooms. And as always, I always start as a base of the florals. And I try to pick up some of the colors in especially the bed linens and things like that in that room. And then to that, I'm going to add my famous grandma ornaments. You might remember the story last year I told about my grandma was always giving us our big gift from her every year. We got a $20 bill. It was like gold. And so every year I tried to buy something special with that money. And the one year, right when Steve and I started out to housekeeping, we found these ornaments and they matched our china. I just absolutely love them. They had that vintage look and the roses. And if you've watched my channel, you know I like flowers. And so to these beautiful ornaments that have such sentimental value and kind of harken me back to those early days of marriage. I found more velvet ornaments a couple years ago at a yard sale. These are gorgeous velvet ornaments, and I'm going to add these to a couple different trees in the house. I have a ton of them, and I just love that burgundy color, and I just think it just matches my whole vibe completely. So I added some of those burgundy ornaments to it, and then of course I always add ribbons to these trees just to kind of fill them out and add my vintage flair, which is definitely has to do with ribbons and velvet and all of those things. But here's the finished product of the velvet tree. I'm really pleased with how the gold tree finished up. I topped it with one of the bridal bouquets from the wedding from this summer of my youngest daughter, Grace. And then the whole tree is situated here by just some of the little remembrances of the wedding. And some of the flowers that are in the tree are also I did all the silks. And so these are some of the leftover florals from all of our garlands and bouquets and boutonnieres and things like that. In addition to the florals, which I love, we have the beautiful china pieces that I bought from Grandma years and years and years ago. I just absolutely still love them. And then gorgeous velvet ornaments that I picked up at a flea market or yard sale for almost nothing. and I just have absolutely adored them. They've really gone with my aesthetic all these years. Thank you so much for joining me on day 5 of our vintage handmade Christmas. I hope you enjoyed watching me get those trees all set up, and we're gonna really enjoy looking at those throughout the holiday season. Thanks so much for watching the Suburban Chateau and our 12 days of vintage handmade Christmas. Our next episode will feature some beautiful vintage hand-painted plates.